Roll call, Dana Long,
Here.
Julia Held here, Kathy Kaiser's here, BJ Whitehouse.
Here.
And Julie Caulfield will be here as soon as she drops the kids off at soccer. Public forum, in the absence of any public?
Yeah.
Nothing? Okay. Consent agenda. Is there anything to exclude from the consent agenda?
I don't feel,
You have a replacement personnel.
Right.
right, and I
That
don't,
one was sent to you.
I understand, well, I don't have the consent material of the consent agenda except for personal autonomy. I'm gonna have to bank on the
I have some questions.
depth of my colleagues here, and I'd just like to point out that I don't have the material.
Okay.
Okay?
I'd like to exclude the bills of February 5th.
Yep.
Sorry, February 5th, February 17th, and March 9th.
Because?
I have a couple of questions.
Okay. Go ahead. Oh, is there anything else to be excluded? All right, then, I'm sorry. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the meetings and personnel?
I'd like
Maybe a
to,
note for person.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah,
And let's
okay.
approve it first.
Okay.
Do you have a motion?
So moved.
Do you have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, I'm going to note with great gratitude and sadness that Barbara Davis is resigning as of June 30th, and that we will be replacing Barbara as a very valued member of this team. So thanks, Barbara, for all of your hard work, and we'll miss you.
here, here.
I'll miss you too.
Go ahead with your questions on the bills.
Okay, on February 5th, on page 2, there was a expense for the law firm, Little Madeira Kinder. Is this their contract negotiations, consultations?
When his bills come, they're all, I mean, it will note what
What
it's
it's for.
for, but then
Okay.
it's tallied.
Just by the month,
and
okay.
We rely on our legal counsel for counsel on many issues.
Okay. Is there a way that you keep track of which, the reason I'm asking is because this question had come up at one of the North Kingstown meetings, where one of the council members wanted to know how much money had been spent on lawyers for some of the different issues. Is there a way that you can tell how much a particular litigation matter is costing us in legal fees and how, okay, so you have a way to
We can
break
break
this,
that
okay,
down.
great.
He actually breaks it, you see that the bills are broken down, like there's two of them together. That's
Yeah.
probably 1 month, but there's two bills, one for, say, negotiations, one for personnel issues, one
Okay.
for,
So if we needed to track how
Yes.
much we're spending on the lawyers
Yep.
for particular things, we can do it. Okay, great. The food service, on the 17th, page 1, this question had come up at a North Kingstown meeting. I've already mentioned this, but that we were going to get some financials as some kind of proposal from North Kingstown because they are interested in expanding their food service operations. They have a new director, and I just wanted to note that they're operating at a deficit too, and they're trying very hard to change that by hopefully getting.
And they did give us a financial.
They did, but not the.
But not all of the
details of the
information
thing.
that, as much information as we would like to have, so we have asked them for additional
Okay,
information.
good. And then on page 2, on that same date, the 17th, there's $7,000 for Shannix. Can you tell me what that is, please?
Shannix is a company that we purchase smart boards from.
Oh, okay.
And this was probably taken out of a grant. Yes, it was taken out of a grant.
Okay. And then on the 9th,
Actually, that's 2401, that's the NASA project.
it is, okay. On March 9th, on page 2, the very top item, the Center for Leadership in Education, is that for, are we sending people to
Yes, we
the
are,
conference?
and that's also coming out of grant money.
It is, okay. Thank you very much, that's it.
You're very welcome.
Are we sending people?
Okay, good. Any further questions? If not, do I have a motion to approve the bills of February 5th, 17th, 24th, and 9th? So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Correspondence?
I have some, I'm sorry, are you calling me people?
Yes, you are first.
From the Health and Wellness Committee, you all received some hard copy in your packet, and apologies if you have not received your packet yet. What was submitted was a letter of request for the Health and Wellness the Policy Committee to reconsider the interpretation of the policy as it relates to providing food that supports curriculum, particularly in pre-K and K. There are, in addition to that, there are, from the pre-K teachers, more of like a syllabus as to when they use food for some of their programs, harvest fruits and vegetables, etc. And then the last one is also, when they cut up apples for tasting, making applesauce, baking pretzels, things like that. So the request is that the policy committee clarify the interpretation of the policy that clearly says school parties and celebrations. So that's the request, and I'll leave that for submission. Additionally, with
Judge, I
that
have to put it
request.
back in the meeting.
Sorry.
Excuse me.
No worries. Additionally, with that request was some stuff from the 8th grade students asking for the same clarification on the interpretation. So
Okay.
that's the submission of what this packet meant.
And is there a recommendation from the Wellness Committee?
The Wellness Committee would like to use food as it relates to the curriculum as outlined by the teachers in the times of years and what types of foods that they use. And to have the policy, their interpretation is that where it says schools, parties, and celebrations, that totally aligned with that and totally aligned with the spirit of the policy if it's relating to school parties and celebrations. The problem is that there's nothing that says relating to curriculum. And so either we rewrite the policy to say school parties, celebrations, and curriculum, or we loosen the interpretation of it and provide it for the curriculum usage.
Okay, and this is not on tonight's agenda, but I would just to let people know, it is on the agenda for next week, for April 1st. Not in terms of the health and wellness concern, but it's an open-ended agenda item. It's concerning the food policy because the SAM's coordinators have also asked us whether or not, they also had questions about whether or not the food created in the greenhouse, if they get a greenhouse, the produce, and/or the produce grown through the aquaculture medium could be consumed in class. So that's on next week's agenda, so we can sort of wrap all of this discussion into whether we think we need to send the policy back to the policy committee or whether we're happy with the wording as it stands. So
Okay.
that's for next week. Okay, any other correspondence? Julia?
Received after the fact the invitations to the interlocal trusts breakfast meetings, which I was not able to attend any of. I don't know if any of the rest of us went, or whether someone from the town side went.
I don't think anybody.
No, okay. That was it.
Okay, I had no correspondence.
I received an email from a constituent who's interested in this committee to take up the idea of a resolution in, I asked for more specific information about this, what the resolution